Checking the audio. So students, welcome back to today's session. Today, the objective is to see MongoDB cloud setup, MongoDB CRUD operations part 1, then one login page design with CSS and Material UI elements. Further, you are going to use password encryption with the bcrypt. So this 4 is the objective for today's session. When we speak about this 4, the third one, MongoDB Cloud Setup and CRUD Operations Part 1, is being covered with the yesterday's session. So now we will be starting by creating the React login page, and then further from the login page, we will send the data to server. Okay, the login data. The server will cross-check the data with the database, and if the password is matching, the server will reply back login success. Otherwise, the server will reply back login failed. Okay. So this is login mechanism we are going to do. Second, yesterday we sent the password from the registration page. Now that password we are actually storing directly in the database. Actually, I don't want to store the password directly in the database. I want to encrypt that. Okay, I want to encrypt that because admin can open the database and they can able to see your password, right? So that should not happen. That means whatever you are entering, that should be encrypted and stored in the database. So we will have two objectives today. One, to create the login page and to have a proper login, like proper authentication mechanism. And then second, with the password encryption. Okay. So I will be starting with the password encryption first. Okay. Objective, first one, password encryption. Second objective, authentication with login page and navigation bar. Okay, we are going to have one menu bar also because we will have login and registration. So two pages are there. And then after login, you should get logged in username in the navigation bar. Okay. After log out, that should go out. Okay. So we should have one navigation bar too. We are going to have authentication with login page and navigation bar. So these two are the objectives. Okay. Shall we start the session now with the first objective, password encryption? Shall we start with the password encryption? If you want to encrypt the password, First, you have to understand server's registration page. Registration page, sending password to not server's registration page, client React app registration page. Okay, client registration page, sending password to server's index.js file. Here it need to be encrypted. Then send to MongoDB database. Okay, this is what we are going to do. So first from the client's registration page, we are going to send password to server's index.js. Here it will be encrypted. Then the encrypted password will be sent to MongoDB database. Okay, understood now? Okay, now what is the package required to encrypt in the server side? Okay, server side, what is the package required to encrypt? From in the server side, you want decrypt. Decrypt is the package. Okay, npm I decrypt. So this command you have to install in the server side to encrypt the password. Okay, that means this is the package you are installing. After installing package, you have to import it. Okay, then you have to use it. Right. So first step is what? Installing the package. Second step, import the package. Third step, using the decrypt package for encryption. Using the decrypt package for encryption. How will you encrypt the data with the decrypt package? You will be using decrypt dot hash function. Okay, decrypt dot hash function. This is to do encryption. Then, okay, now the password is encrypted. It is stored in the MongoDB. Okay, you assume the password is encrypted. It is stored in the MongoDB. Now you have to compare the password. For example, you are doing login. Okay, while doing login, you will enter one password. That password you have to compare with the database password. How will you compare the password? Your password, entered password, is not encrypted. The database password is encrypted. If you compare both, it will say false, na? Because your data is something like ABC. The database data is encrypted to a 16-bit value. So now this ABC cannot be mapped with the hexadecimal value, na? Both are not equal, right? So there is a special function for compare. You have to use it. To compare the password, you have to use decrypt dot compare. Okay. It will compare the original data entered with the encrypted value. Okay. It will compare the original data entered with the encrypted value and say true or false. Okay. Then this is what we are going to do now. Okay. So first thing, in the server side, we have to install this, right? We have to install the bcrypt. Then we have to import the package. Then we have to use it for encryption. Then you have to compare it for login. Shall we start doing this? Shall we start doing the installation in the server side? Okay, now you go to your folder which you created yesterday. Okay, in that folder, I'm going to run client and server. First, I will open this folder in the editor. So one step back, I will open the skill folder with the code editor, VS Code. Okay. Second, I will run the client and server. First, I will run the client. I will go inside client. I will open CMD in the top. I will give npm start. Then I will go to server. I will open command prompt. Okay. Client is started. I will open command prompt in the server side. Then I will give npm run dev. So now client and server both are running. Okay. See, client running. Okay, client running and server also running. Now I need to install now. Where I need to install? Client side or server side? I need to install in the server side. What package I need to install? I need to install the bcrypt package. So how to install? Go to servers command prompt, break the running of server, then give npm I bcrypt. npm I bcrypt. Then give enter. It will install. Now once again start the server. npm run dev. Now server running. Okay. I install the things. So first step done now. See, first step installing the package. We completed the first step. Okay. So now second step is what? We have to import the package. So where you have to import the package? Once again, client side or server side? Server side. Okay, because server side only you install the package now. So server side only you have to import the package. So shall we go to the code now for import? Go to VS Code. I will close everything which is opened already. Okay. See, my VS Code is having skill folder inside the client and server. I will open the server. In the server, okay, I am having index.js file. So I will open the index.js file. In index.js file, I need to write the import state. So where should I write? I should write in the top. So after line number 3, I'm just writing const. Okay, some name I have to give. Some name. So I'm giving bcrypt. Just I'm giving the same name. Okay. Bcrypt equal to require of bcrypt. This right side bcrypt is the package name. Okay. Left side bcrypt is the label name. You can say any name in the left side. I am saying the same name bcrypt. Now, second step done now. See, first step is what? Look at the first step. First step is npm bcrypt. I want to install it in the server. I install. Second step is what? I want to import the package. So I import it. Okay. Now, third step. I want to use the bcrypt function for encrypting the password. Okay. First, I need to see where the password is coming. Okay. In that place only, I have to encrypt the password. Correct? So what is the objective now? The like current objective, you have to find the place where the password is coming from the client to server. Okay. In that place only, you can able to encrypt the password. Okay. So where it is coming? Check where it is coming. See, I am having one function called app.post insert. Okay. In this insert only, my password is coming. See, console.log of request.body. This request will have header and body section. In body section, you will have actual data. Actual data means 4 values you will have in a dictionary format. Okay. What are the 4 values? Like username, like name, password, email, and then role. So these 4 values will come from register page to server. Okay, va? For example, if you want to understand it clearly, I will open client. Under client src, under src, I will open components, then registration.js. In registration.js, see the request you are sending. In the request, you are sending 4 data. This 4 data is nothing but request.data. Okay, so request.body. Request.body. Request.body will give you this opening bracket to this closing bracket. Okay, well, this is a dictionary bracket. It will give you name, role, email, and password. So password is coming. Yes, coming. Okay. So where it is coming? Request.body. What? Password. Okay, request.body.password. So now I'm going to my server index.js. In the index.js, see first I'm printing request.body. Yeah. Before printing itself, I want to encrypt. So how to encrypt? See request.body. Okay. Request.body.password. Request.body.password equal to I want to encrypt and store it. So how to encrypt? You imported one package now. What is the package name? What is the package name? Decrypt dot. What is the function we have to use? Hash function. Decrypt dot hash. Just put brackets. Then you just move your mouse over this hash function. You can able to see function name is hash. Okay. Right. How many parameters it required? First parameter is data, actual data. Okay. String, that is in string format. Second parameter is what? Salt or rounds. That means number of round required to encrypt the password. That can be a string or numbers. Okay. So how many parameters required? 2 parameters. What is the first parameter? Data. What is the second parameter? Rounds. Okay, data and rounds. Okay, and further up to this is the input. After colon, this is the output. What is your output data type? String. And what about this promise? Okay, what about this promise? This promise is nothing but it is saying it will take time to process. It will take time to process. Okay, it won't process quickly. Okay. You just understand this. Promise means something saying that it will take time to process. It won't process immediately. Okay. Later it will process and complete. Okay. So we have to do something for this promise. I will say it later. Now, what is the first parameter you have to give? You have to give the first parameter as data, the actual password. So what is the actual password? Request dot body dot password. This is the actual password, comma. What is the second parameter you need to give? Number of rounds. Just give it as 5. Some number you give, okay? Small numbers you give. Now it will be hashed. It will be encrypted, and the encrypted data will be stored in request.body.password. Okay, wow. Now my question is, for example, I am the controller. Okay, wow. I am the controller. I am currently going in line number 33. I want to execute this line. I am executing. Okay. Now, this line is taking time to execute because of the promise. Now, it is taking time now. So I will say, you execute. Okay. I will assign someone and say, you execute. I will move to next line. I'm not having time. Like that, I will move to next line. So next line, I'm printing request.body. Yeah. So request.body is having password inside. So what password it will print? It will print the old password or newly encrypted password. See, the line number 33 is taking time to do the process. So I'm leaving line number 33 to execute and I'm coming to next line. The next line I want to print it. When I'm printing, I will get old password or new password. Again, understand the line number 33 is still executing, still executing. So in line number 34, you will get old password. That means it is wrong. It is wrong. You have to wait up to finishing of line number 33. Then only you should move to line number 34. Okay. So how to forcefully say controller to wait? Don't go to next line. Wait until this line completes. Like that, how will you say controller? You have to use one keyword called AWAIT, await. If you use this keyword, this line will execute. After that only, it will go to the next line. Suppose if you want to use this keyword, okay? If you want to use this keyword, see, error is coming because the function holding this keyword should be a asynchronous function. The function holding this keyword should be a asynchronous function. So what is the function holding this keyword first? Where is the function? Which function holding the keyword? Await. You see, where is the function brackets? App.post is a function. Then this request comma response is also, this one also function only because function brackets is there. Parenthesis means function brackets. Okay, wow. So which one is holding await? This request comma response. This function is holding the await keyword. So what I need to do, this function should be an asynchronous function to hold the keyword. So I need to make it as asynchronous, ASYNC, async. Now see the error gone. The function becomes asynchronous and the hash function will not allow the controller to go next line until it completes because of the await keyword. Okay, wow. So now password encrypted. This one line is enough. Okay. Password encrypted. The encrypted password is stored in database. See, it is stored in database. Shall we check it now? Whether the password is encrypting and stored? Okay. So how to check now? I have to go to my client window. I will open inspect console. Okay. First, I need to open MongoDB also now. So mongodb.com, the database site. I'm opening the database site. I'm signing in with my Google account. Now I need to go to my database. How to go? I have to click what button here? Browse collections. What is my database name which I created yesterday? Skill. Under skill, what is a table? User table. Okay. So I'm having the user table. In the user table, already I'm having the old data. There you see password admin coming up. I'm going to give the same data again. Let me see what is the password coming again. So now I will give the same data. Password is admin. I'm giving password as admin. Okay. And I'm going to sign up. If I sign up, the data will be stored in database, right? I will click on sign up. See, data printed here. And then it is saying data received. I will check the server's command prompt. In server's command prompt, what is the password? See, the password is encrypted now. Okay, this encrypted password, is it storing in the database? Shall we check? Do one refresh and see in the database. See, the second data which I entered is having new password. That is encrypted password. Got it as? Did you got the output for the first objective? Password encryption. See, students, daily I am giving the code. Okay. Yesterday I given the code of client and server in the like to your section faculty. You can collect from your section faculty, right? Your regular class section faculty, they can able to share you in Telegram group. Okay, you can collect from them whatever the code I am doing on daily basis. Okay. So now the password is being encrypted and stored in the database. Okay. So this is what our first objective now, password encryption. Now, this is not yet completed because we are having bcrypt.compare also now. This we can do only when we have the login page. Our login page should send some password. That password should be compared with the database password. So first you need to create the login page. So where we will create the login page? Now client side. Where we will create the login page? In the client. So I'm going to create a login page. Yesterday we used templates. Now today I don't want to use the template. I want to design my login page on my own. Okay. So shall I design that login page from the scratch? From the scratch. Okay. We will design that. So you go to client or server. Go to client. Okay. So now in the client, I want to create one more component. So under client, under SRC, Under components, right click, new file. File name is login.js. L capital. Login.js. Now it's a blank file, right? I need to create a function here. Okay, then only this function can be exported and imported in the app.js. Okay, for displaying purpose. Now I'm going to create a function. Export default function login. Okay, this is the function. So now function created. Function should have return block. Okay, return. Okay, return should have some div content. This is a login page. Just I'm typing this is login page. Now this is the function which I am having now, right? I need to bring this content in the output. How to bring the content in the output? Here I need to bring. How to bring it here? It need to be in app.js. Whatever you are getting, it should be in the return block of app.js. Return block of app.js. So first you need to export the function you created. Then you need to import that in app.js. In app.js, I'm going to import login. Okay. I imported from components and login. Dot corresponds to current folder. In the current folder, components folder. Inside the components folder, login folder. Now login imported. I want to bring in the login here. So after registration, I will just click enter, then open angle bracket. I will put that login which I imported and self-closing tag. So I called login. So in this place only, it will get displayed. Shall we check it? Go to your page and just scroll down. Okay. Are you getting this content? This is a login page. At last, you are getting now. But see, you are getting both the content like registration page and login page. You are getting both the content in the same page. This should not be correct now. You should have two different pages now. Why it is coming in the same page? Because you have not navigated it properly. Shall we do navigation now to have it in two different pages? So how to do navigation? Now to do the navigation, okay, I'm going to use Material UI app bar. Okay, Material UI app bar. I will click one more new tab. I will go to Material UI site, mui.com. I will click on Discover Core Libraries, Material UI, View Templates. Here, you should go to Components and you should find the name called App Bar. See, it is here, App Bar, Surfaces App Bar. Okay. Now, App Bar is been opened. Okay, wow? App Bar is been opened. Now, inside the App Bar, which kind of App Bar you want? I want something like this. So click on show code here. See which type of app bar you want, you choose that. Go to the app bar, then click on show code. It is showing you JavaScript and TypeScript code. Copy the JavaScript code entirely. Go to your code. Under components, create one more file. Under components, create one more file. File name is app bar .js, first letter capital, appbar.js. It is an empty file, right? Just paste all the content you copied. Paste it, save it. Now it is pasted and saved. Now you go and see your output. Still app bar not came. Why not came? Because you brought in the app bar into components, which you haven't imported in the app.js. See, now what is the function name here? Responsive app bar. Okay, this is actually exported. This is actually exported. Okay, and what is the file name? File name is app bar. So you go to your index, you go to your app.js, you import that. Import, I will say app bar from dot slash components slash, you are able to see app bar now. So app bar.js or app bar. So now app bar imported. Then what should I do? I should bring in the app bar here. App bar self closing tag. Now you see what is happening in the output. One app bar came up. Okay. Now I need to get login here in place of products and sign up here in place of pricing. So how to change this value, products and pricing? You go to your registration.js. In registration.js, sorry, you go to your appbar.js. In appbar.js, you can able to find the top products, pricing, block, these things. This is what the exact place I need to change the value. See, products, pricing, block. Okay. So you just change it. You just change it to login and registration. Okay, login and registration. Now, how it is working, you have to examine. It is in the list of pages. So search for pages. Pages, pages. Now you can able to see pages dot map inside menu item. Menu item is for mobile view. Okay, mobile view. Then again pages. Again pages dot map. Then inside button. This button is for system view. Okay, this button is for system view. Now, what is this map function? Map function is used to loop the value. You are having list of values, you will be looping all the values. You are having three values in the list, so you will be looping all the three values. Every time when you're looping, the first, the current object is nothing but page. Okay, this page. That page is printed inside the button as a value. So you will get the page name login, the page name register, the page name block in this app bar. Okay, this is for system view. If you just minimize this now, this is for mobile view. Okay, this is for mobile view. Let me do the system view now. So now it is system view. Okay, the box to box inside pages dot map inside button is the system view. Okay, now you go and see in the output. You are getting login and registration. Okay, when you click login, anything happen? Nothing happening. When you click registration, again nothing happening. So you have to write something when you click on that. How to write that? When you click login, you should get login page. When you click registration, you should get registration page. How to change that value? For that purpose, I'm going to use stateful component. Okay, stateful component. The first one, create login page. For creating the login page, what I did, first I created login page. Then both are coming in the same page now. I need to separate login page from registration page. To do this, I brought in, bring in app bar from MUI.com. Okay, wow. So I brought in app bar. Then after that, when you click app bar, it need to change now. When you click app bar, the page needs to change. To achieve this, we will do what? We will do what to achieve this? We will do Redux reducer based model. Okay. Redux reducer. Redux reducer. We will do with Redux reducer. See, this Redux is a package actually. Okay. Reducer is a concept. Okay. Which will maintain a state value. What is state value here? This login is a state value. This registration is a state value. This blog is a state value. So Redux based package will maintain the reducer value, reducer state value. Okay. Whenever the reducer state value changes, it will update the entire application. Whenever the application updates, it will re-render the new page. So shall I write it here? What is the first point? Redux is a package which had reducer. Second point, reducer will maintain the state value. Third point, the state value is nothing but a login, login registration, etc. Okay, which will maintain the state value? Redux reducer. When state value is changed, reducer will re-render the application. Reducer will re-render the application. When application re-rendered, it will display the new page value according to the state. Got it? So what is the first one? You have to create a login page. Did we create the page? Yes, something like it is login page, something like that I created. Then what is the second point? I need to separate the login page from the registration page, but still not done. What is the third point? I want to bring in the app bar. App bar I brought in. Then to separate it in the in separate pages, okay, with the help of app bar, I need, okay, I need the mechanism. When you click the app bar, it need to change the page. Okay. So how it will happen? With the help of Redux reducers. What is Redux? It's a package. Okay, which will hold reducer inside. What is reducer? It will maintain a state value. What is state value? State value is nothing but login, registration, etc. Okay. Then whenever the state value changes, reducer will re-render. Okay. Reducer will re-render the application. When application, okay, when application is re-rendered, it will display the new page value according to the state. Understood? So first, be very clear. When your page will change, when you click the app bar. Okay, how it will change? With the help of React reducers. Okay, what the reducer will do? Reducer will maintain the state value. What is the state value? Login or registration. Initially, login. So login page will be displayed. Later, when you click registration in the app bar, your state value will be changed to registration. Then entire application will be re-rendered. Re-rendered means again reading from the beginning. Okay. So when it is being re-rendered, the new state value will be examined. What is the new state value? Registration. So registration will be examined and accordingly registration page will be displayed. Okay, va? Understood? So we are in which step now? We are in installation of Redux reducers. Okay. We have to install the Redux reducer. Which side you have to install? Client side or server side? You have to go to client side. Okay. Go to client side command prompt, break the server and give npm I redux. npm I redux. What the Redux library will hold? Reducers. Okay. So click enter. So now I install the reducer. Once again, I will start the client npm start. Now shall we go to create the reducer? Go to code. Okay, I want to create the reducer. So I will create one more folder under components. Okay, under components. New folder called reducer. Reducers, reducers, reducers. Okay, new folder called reducers. Inside reducers, new file. File name is, this is authentication na, so no, this is navigation na, so nav reducer. First letter should be capital. Nav reducer dot js. So I created one more new file. How to export this file? Export default nav reducer. Okay, it's a function. Export default function nav reducer. Then this function is actually having two values. First one is state. I said state value, not that state. Second one is action. Action used to trigger the things, trigger the function. Okay. And bring in the data. Action is used to trigger the function and bring in the data. Okay. So what is the initial state value? Const state equal to init state. Cont init state equal to, what is the initial state value? Initial state value, I'm going to have username as null. and role. I'm going to do two things. One is username. Second one is role. Role can be one for admin. Role can be two for student. Okay, role can be one for admin. Role can be two for student. Now, what about role zero? Role zero means there is no role assigned to it. Okay. So state equal to init state. That means null comma zero I had given. Okay, wow. Now I'm saying switch case. Switch. What is the case? Like what based on which you have to switch action dot type. Okay. This action dot type may be login. Action will start in colon and ends in return. Okay. Action will start in colon and ends in return here. So now next case registration. Case registration. So what you have to return? See, I had created null comma zero. Null comma zero is for authentication, right? But I want what navigation. Login and registration is there. Login and registration is there. So initial state, I will have it as login. Initial state, I will have it as login. Capital L. So if the case is login, make it capital L. Okay. The case is login. I have to return what? Return login. Okay. Return login. That means you have to return a login page. If the case is registration, you have to return registration. You have to return registration. You have to start the case with colon. Now, navigation is having initial state as login. Okay. Then if while changing the navigation, when you click login button, you will return a login page. When you click registration button, you will return a registration page. Understood? But don't like immediately you can't understand where is the button and where is the page. Okay. I'm saying case as a button. Okay, case as a button and return as a page. We have to map in such a way case as a button and return as a page. Okay. When I click the button, I need to get this case. When return login happen, I need to get the login page. Okay. Just to do this. Now, nav reducer is having initial state of login and then login case, registration case, and then one default case we will have. Okay. Default. Default, I will return same. I will return login page. Okay. Return login. If I don't know what to return, I will return login page. So now I'm having reducer. This is actually reducer. Okay. This reducer name is navreducer.js. Okay, wow. So I need to call this reducer, okay, to get this done. Okay, reducer is here. How to use the reducer? You need to call this reducer to run it and provide the page. Okay, so how to call the reducer? From where you have to call the reducer? See, when you click this button, you have to call the reducer. When you click this registration, you have to call the reducer. Okay, wow. When you click login, you have to call login page. When you click registration, you have to call registration page. That means in this app bar only, you have to call the reducer. Go to app bar. In this app bar, you have to call the reducer. First, you have to search for the pages. So copy these pages, search for it. This pages.map is for mobile view. Again, search for it. This pages.map is for system view. In the system view, already you are calling one function, handle close nav menu. This function, when it will call, when you click the page, when you click the button, okay, when you click the button login, when you click the button registration, immediately this on click function of button will trigger handle close nav menu. This is the function. So copy this function, okay, and then this function, in this function you have to call the reducer, okay, wow. But before that, I will put one more attribute called, okay, one more attribute called nav equal to page. If I'm saying nav equal to page, what is the meaning of page? Page is nothing but login or registration, whatever the current one which you are clicking, that is that. Okay. If you click login now, so nav equal to login. If you click registration now, then nav equal to registration. Now I will go to handle close nav menu. In this function, I need to write the code for triggering the Redux reducers. Okay. I need to write the code for triggering the Redux reducers. So go inside this handle close nav menu. So how to trigger that reducer? You have to say store. I will explain what is store. First, you have to say store dot, okay, store dot dispatch, store dot dispatch. In the store dot dispatch, you have to write first, you have to write dictionary. In the dictionary, first one is type. Okay, first one is type. Type colon. What is the type you have to say? See, go to your nav reducer. This is the type. Okay, type may be login. Type may be sorry. Type may be login. Type may be registration. Right? So what is this type? You have to say that. So go to your app bar. Say your type as login or registration. If you say login now, always it will be login because you are saying it as string. Okay. If you say registration, always it will be registration. But you want dynamic value. When you click the button, it need to change. So how to get the dynamic value? For that purpose, you want to put the parameter as event. Okay, event in the function. Okay. So then you have to use that parameter. See how I'm using event dot current target. Okay, current target means what? That button which caused this function to trigger that button. Okay, event dot current target dot get attribute. Get attribute is a function. Okay, get attribute. What is the attribute name? Attribute name is nav. Okay, so whatever you are clicking, that value will be substituted to type. If you click login, login will be the type. If you click registration, registration will be the type. Okay, now The store.dispatch is a function which will call regex reducers. Okay, va? So now reducer is called. You understand that? Now reducer is called. Go to the reducer. What will happen now? For example, I clicked on registration. What will happen now? It will return registration. Okay, it will return registration. Where it will return registration? That is another question now. Where it will return registration? So where means go to registration. Sorry, go to app.js. It need to return registration now. Where? That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to have app login registration and login both here. Instead of that, I'm going to have only page. I'm going to have only page component. This page can be a login. This page can be a registration. But how to say this page is login or registration? For that purpose, I'm coming inside the function app. Okay. Then I'm just going to say function page. Okay. Page is a function. Okay. Function page return. Whatever is returning, that only you will get in the below return. Okay. But before returning, in this, I will once again use switch case. Switch store. Okay. Here also I'm using store. Later I will say what is store. Store dot get state. Get state. Store dot get state is a function. Okay. Store dot get state will give you what? Store dot get state will give you this state value. Login or else registration. Okay, wow. So you are getting the state value in app.js under page component store.getState. According to the state, you are going to switch the case. Case login. So what page you need to display? That you have to return. Return. Okay. Div open close inside login. Okay. So login you are returning. If the case is registration. If the case is registration, then return, you are returning the registration. See, now what I'm displaying actually, I'm displaying page component. Page component will display either login or else registration based on the state value. Okay, so you will get any one page only in the output. If page component returning login, you will get login page. If page component returning registration, you will get registration page. How does it will return? Based on the store state value. What is a new state value? Based on that, it will return. Okay. Now, next question will arise now. I used store two times. Store.getState I used, store.dispatch I used. So, how to get the store value? Okay, how to get the store value? Then only you can use store.getState, store.dispatch like that. So how to get the store means you need to create the store. Where you have to create the store? Under SRC, you have to go to index.js. In index.js, okay, I'm importing the reducer. Info nav reducer. Okay, I imported the nav reducer. Then next, I'm importing one more. Import create store. Create store is a function. Okay, import create store from regex. So I'm importing the create store. First, I'm importing the nav reducer. Next, I'm importing the create store. Now, I'm going to use const store equal to, okay, I'm going to create a store. So, const store equal to create store. I created the store. This store will have nav reducer in it. Okay, like stores will have product now, like that. This store will have nav reducer in it. So now you created the store. The next one, every store will have customers now, like that. This store will also have customer. Who is the customer? This root dot render. This is going to act as a customer. Okay. So how to make it as a single line? The highlighted portion, I want to make it as a single one. So first I'm saying const render app, some name, any name is fine. Const render app equal to parenthesis arrow function, then this root dot render. That means this root dot render, this entire one is a return statement of render app. Okay, wow. Then I'm calling render app once. Then only the application will run. Okay, this is for the first time when for the application is running. In the first time, what is your state value? In the first time, what is your state value? See, nav reducer. What is the default state value? Default state value is login. So when the first time the render app is rendering, okay, the render app is rendering, okay, this store will have nav reducer state value. What is the state value? Login. That you are going to pass it to app component. How to pass? Just you have to say store equal to flower brace of store. So I'm just passing the store value to the app component. What store value I'm passing? I'm passing the login. That is a default store value. Okay, default store state value. That I'm passing to the app component. Okay. Next, whenever the state value changes, okay, whenever the state value changes, I need to get the changed value. So who will update me? The store should update me, right? So how to get that? I need to say store dot subscribe. Okay. Well, who is subscribing? Render app is subscribing. So now whenever there is a change in the store state, that will update the render app. Render app will update the app component with the new store value. So this app component only receiving the new store value. Go to your app component. Here you receive the store value, flower bracket of store. So I'm just receiving the store value which I passed. The same store value I will pass to which page? Login page, registration page, app bar page, where I'm calling the store.dispatch, where I'm calling store.dispatch in the app bar. So here I will have to pass the store value. Store equal to flower brace of store. So go to your app bar and receive the store value. Go to the function of app bar and receive the store value with the flower brace store. This store only you are using to dispatch the thing. Store.dispatch of type, whatever it is, login or registration, like that. So whenever it is changing, that will change the state value of the reducer. Whenever reducer state value changes, that will make re-render of the entire app. Okay, app.js will be re-rendered. Whenever app.js is re-rendering, okay, you will get a new store value. According to that, you will get a new page. Understood? Huh? So now let me check that. Before that, I'm getting one error. Login is not defined. Okay, login is not defined. I'm getting the error in nav reducer. Okay, nav reducer, line number 19. So I have to go to nav reducer. Okay, line number one. Line number one, login should be a string value. Okay, wow. It should not be a variable like thing. It should be a string value. So now we will check it. See now what is the default page? The default page is login page. So you are getting, this is login page. When you click registration, you will get the registration page. When you click login, you will get the login page. See how it is working. When you click block, there is no block action now. So you will get same login page only. Because by default, you will get login page, registration and login. Now shall we design the login page? So where is login? Here, login.js is there. So here we will design the login page. Just I want to have a form. Okay. Or else just 2-3 boxes I need to have. Okay. First box is username. It will have input. Input type equal to text. Then name of the text box is something like UN. ID of the text box is something I will say ID UN. Then I close the text box. Then break tag. Okay. So this is first username, then password. Similarly, input type equal to password. Name equal to PW. Just I'm giving the user defined names. Okay. ID PW. So once again, break tag. 2 times break tag. Then once button, submit button I want. Okay. So button, I will say login. Okay. When you click this button, on click is the event handling. Okay. All these are events. See, when you put on, you will get so many events. So you can say on click. On clicking it, you can call one function called handle submit. Handle submit is a function. Okay. I'm going to call the function called handle submit. To verify it is working or not, I will say the function here. Function handle submit when it is been clicked. Okay. I'm opening the function. I will put one alert and I will say the username value. Okay. I will say the username value. How to get the username value? You have to first touch this text box. Then you have to get the value. So how to touch this text box? You have to say document dot get element by ID. Get element by ID. What is the ID name? ID UN. Correct? So within double quotes, you can say ID UN dot value. So this is how you need to get the value from the text box. Okay. When this function will work, when you click the button, handle submit function will be triggered and handle submit function will display the value for you. Okay. Now I need to check this. Save and go and check your page. See, you are having username here and password. So username, I will just give ABC. Password, I will give ABC. If I click login now, immediately one alert will display ABC here, right? So how this box is displaying ABC? Because of the alert box here, which is inside the handle submit function. That means function is working properly. Okay. See, but I want this to be neatly designed. How to neatly design this? Okay. For that purpose, I'm going to use CSS. How to use CSS? See, here I'm going to say something like class name. Okay. This is login form now. So login type form. This login form, I will write the style in CSS. Okay. For this login form, I will write the style in CSS. Shall we go on right? Go to src and app.css. Here, after app header, I can write dot login hyphen form. Dot refers to class name. Okay. Login hyphen form. For this one, I'm going to write a style. What style I'm going to write? First, I'm going to put background, like border. Okay. Because I need to see what is the border. Border 1px. 1px is the thickness of border. Solid is the line. Okay. Dotted line or solid line. Then color of the border red. Now save it and check your output. You can able to see the border is appearing red color around the username and password and login button. Okay. But I want this border to be centrally aligned. Okay. And I don't want this much big, the length. Okay. I want it shorter. So I'm going to say width. Width of the border is 250 px. Height of the border is like height of the box is 350 or 300 px, or we can have it square 250 px. Px means pixels. Okay. Then I'm going to say border radius. I want to curve the border radius as 25 px. Then I want to say background color for the border. Background color, I want to have some light color. Okay. So I'm saying some light color for the background. Then just I will save and check it what is happening there. You can able to see it is went in the left side. Okay. I want to bring it to the center now. And also the width is not sufficient. It is crossing the border. Text box is crossing the border. So I will increase the width to 350 px and I want to bring it to center now. How to bring it to center? This login form is under which one actually? This login form, go and check in your login page. Login form is there. This login form will be under login. So where your login will be displayed, go to app.js. In app.js, your login will be displayed under app body. So you have to write style for app body. Then only you will get the page will be in center, because this page is the child component of app body. Okay. For this app body, I need to write the style. So go to CSS and write dot app body. Then write display block or display can be block. Okay. And then you can have align items and justify items in the app body. This is for horizontal and vertical center. Now you check the one. Still you are not got center. Okay. Or else simply what we can do, you can go to app.js. You can add center tag surround the page. Okay. Center tag surround the page. That means it will come in the center. You will have page component inside the center tag, right? Now you check, automatically it is coming in the center, right? So now username is very close to the top, right? I want some gap to that, right? So I can say, I will go to login page. I will go to CSS now, app.css. Here in login form, I can say padding 20 px. Okay. And then margin top 100 px. I will say what is padding and margin top. You go on refresh and see. See, 20 px is nothing but the box. Okay, the padding is nothing but the text box top edge and the border, red color border. So now it is having 20 px deviation, that is padding. The 100 px, that is margin from the white blue color one to red color one, that is margin. Okay, so margin is outside of the box, padding is inside of the box. Okay, inside of the box I can increase a little bit more. I can say 45 px padding, or else 35 px padding. And then for better alignment, I will go to login.js. I will say login on paragraph tag. Okay, I will say login page. Okay. And then here itself, I will write inline style equal to double flower braces. Okay. Here you can write inline style as a key value pair. I'm going to write text shadow, x-axis deviation 1 px space, y-axis deviation 2 px space, red color, sorry, spread of the shadow is 2 px, then color of the shadow is red. Another shadow I want, so comma, minus 1 px x-axis, minus x-axis, minus y-axis, minus 2 px, and then spread of the shadow 2 px, and then color yellow. Okay, two shadows I'm applying, red and yellow color. And I'm saying this is login page. And after that, I want to have a break tag. So BR tag. So this break tag I will apply 2 times, right? For everything. Now I will check what is happening in the output. You can able to see here. See, login page is appearing with a different font, right? Red color shadow and yellow color shadow. Then username is appearing, password is appearing, and then login. You got it right? See, this is the text shadow property which I made inline style. This login form is the style which I written in the CSS file. Both are different. Below one is the inline one and login form is the CSS based style one. Okay. You can write in either way. Now I will remove one break tag for paragraph because too much space is there. I will check now. Now it seems to be pretty good. The window is, the login box seems to be pretty good. Okay. So now what I need to do, I created the login page. Okay. So let me check what is our objective and how we came. We created the login page first. Then I need to separate the login page from the registration page. For this purpose, I brought in the app bar, but app bar is not working. So when you click the app bar, you have to change the page. How to change the page? You have to use Redux reducers. So for that purpose, I installed npm I Redux. Okay. Then after Redux package is installed, then what I have to do? Reducer will maintain the state. So I created the reducer. Then the initial state of the reducer is login, but later the reducer state can be changed to login or registration. Whenever the state is changing, okay, the reducer will re-render the application. Whenever the application is re-rendered, you will get the new page. That like you got the page here, registration page and login page. Okay. So now next we done login page. How we did login page? First step, design the login page with user name and password and one login button. Second, do CSS for the login page. CSS may be internal CSS or else external CSS. Okay. Internal means I can say inline CSS or external CSS. Okay. So here I used inline CSS for login page. The text, okay, the text I used inline CSS for username and password, and for entire div. Okay, I used external CSS. External CSS in the name of login form. Okay, I return in app.css. So next, after designing this, what you have to do? Send the login data to the server for checking the password. So this one will be checked in the server. After checking in the server, fourth step server side. Okay. In server side, if the password matched, then return actual data. If not, then return fail. Okay, this is what we have to do. So we done two steps here. Okay, designing the login page and doing the CSS for login page. Okay, we have to do, that means we have to send the login data to the server. Then from the server, we have to check the password. If it is matched, we have to return the original data. If it is not matched, we have to return fail. Okay, this is what we have to do now. So what is our current thing? We have to send the data to server. Okay, sending the data to server, we will do after the break. Okay, so I will stop here. Sending the data to server, we will do after the break, right? So your break will be from 3:30 to 3:40. So let we meet after the break. You can leave for the break at 3:30 p.m. Okay. Dear students, I hope so. You might get confusion in the React reducers. That means Redux reducers. Okay. So first 10 minutes, I will be explaining the Redux reducers, why it is needed, how you can work, what are the steps you have to follow while creating the reducers. Okay. Then we will proceed for the further things, right? So first thing is all about understanding the Redux reducers. So let me start. What is the need for the reducers? What is the need for the reducers? For example, I am having a program, okay, where a equal to 10. This is line 1. Line 1 where a equal to 10. Okay. Line 2. I'm going to display a value in the page. I'm going to display a value in the browser page. Okay. Line 3. Button to change a value to 100. So when you click the button, it will change the a value to 100. This is scenario. Now, question. Initially, a value will be displayed as 10. Okay. Now, you are clicking the button. A value is changed to 100. No doubt in that. Okay. Now the changed A value 100. Will it display in the page? This is the question to you. I am having initially A equal to 10. Then I am displaying the A value in the page in the second line. Then there is a third line to click the button. When I click the button, A value changed to 100. So initially A value is displaying in the browser. Okay. Initially A value is displayed in the browser. Now you are clicking the button. When you click the button, A value changes. Okay. In program, A value changes. Right. So after A value changed in the program, my question is, will the A value displayed in the browser with the updated value 100? Answer. Okay. Page will render only once. Render means what? read from top to bottom. Okay. Page will render only once. If you change the A value will be changing in the program, but that will not come to the page because it is already displayed. Okay. So solution. You need to forcefully change the, you need to forcefully re-render the page. Okay. Re-render the page to display the new A value. Okay. How to forcefully re-render? Method to re-render the page. What are the methods are there to re-render the page? We will use Redux reducers. Redux reducer to re-render the page. Understood? Huh? So Redux reducer will maintain the state value. Initially state value is 10. Then when the state value changes, okay, the Redux reducer will re-render the page again. When the value changes to 100, it will re-render the page. That is the duty of the reducer, right? In our example, okay, in our project, how it is working? First, you have to, first step, what you have to do? You have to install the Redux package. Okay. So you are installing. How will you install? In command prompt, you have to type npm I Redux. Second step, you need to create the reducer. Okay, you need to create the reducer. Where you are creating? Under src folder, under components. Okay, under that reducers, like that one folder. Under that, you are creating one file called nav reducer.js. So in the second step, you are creating with the code. This is the nav reducer code. Okay. So in the second step, you are creating with the nav reducer code. Now you created the reducer. That is the second step. After creating the reducer, you need to call it. Then only you can change the value. So third step, call the reducer to change the state value. How to call the reducer? From where and all you are calling the reducer? You are calling from which page? SRC components appbar.js. In this page, you are calling the reducer. How you are calling? See, in appbar.js, you are calling the reducer like this. Store.dispatch is used to call the reducer. Okay. Then you are saying type colon. You are giving the type as either login or registration. So if it is login, it will go to case login. If it is registration, it will go to case registration. Okay. And corresponding value will be returned. Now, the question is about the returning place. See, first step, you install the Redux. Second step, you created the reducer. Third step, you change the value by calling the reducer. Okay. Fourth step, you need to receive this return. You need to receive this return. Okay. Where it is returning, you need to receive that. That means you need to use the value. Okay. Fourth step, use the state value of the reducer. Use the state value of the reducer. Where we are using the state value of the reducer? In SRC on app.js. Okay. In app.js page, under page component, okay, we are using the reducer state. How we are using? See, app.js in this page component, we are using with store.getState. Okay, store.getState, right? So understand clearly. Second step is all about creating the reducer. Third step is all about calling the reducer for changing the value. Okay, once the value is changed, it means you have to use it now. So fourth step is all about using the value. So how you are using? See, store.getState. This is how you are using store.getState. Right? Simply I can say the function is store.dispatch is the function to call. Okay. Here, what is the function? Store.getState is the function to utilize it. Okay. Store.getState is the function to utilize the reducer. Right? Now, you use the reducer. Okay. That is fine. In between, one mechanism is there. Understand again. You are having the reducer. You are calling it to change the value. And then you are using. But it won't re-render. Okay. For example, first time, what is the store.getState value? What is the store.getState value? The store.getState value by default is this login. So you will get a login page. Okay, wow. Okay. Next time. Okay, next time. When you change the value with this, okay, with the third step to registration. Okay, case registration. Now, what is the store.getState value? Actually, it will be having old value. Sorry, actually, it will be having new value, registration only. Okay, registration only. Store.getState value is registration, but it won't re-render. It won't re-render. Re-render means again it need to run now. Then only you will get the updated registration page. So how to re-render? That is the fifth step. Whenever the state value changed in reducer, we need to re-render the application. Okay. So how to re-render the application? In which file? In SRC index.js. In this file, we will re-render the application. So first what we will do in index.js, import the reducer and import the reducer. That is the nav reducer. Okay, import the nav reducer. This is the first step. What is the second step we did? Import the create store function from Redux. What is the third step we did? We made the code. Third step we will write. We created the store. We created the store with the help of create store function. Okay, we created the store. Fourth step, we made app rendering as a single block within render app function. Okay, within render app function. So how we made that? We made app rendering as a single block within render app function. How we made that? See this root dot render. This root dot render. This we made it as a single block inside the render app function. So we closed the function now without calling the function. Calling means here. Without calling the function, even for the first time also it won't run. So for the first time we need to call the function. For the second and third time and all, we need to subscribe for the function. Okay, wow. So whenever the state value changes, line number 19 will re-render. But for the first time, line number 18 will run. Okay, wow. So now running the app for first time. What we need to do? We need to call the render app function. We called. Okay, wow. Then only it will run. Then next time. We rendering the app further. App means app.js. Okay, wow. Re-render the app.js. Re-render the app.js further whenever the store gets new state value. How to do this? You have to use this function store.subscribe render app. So whenever the whenever the state value gets changed, the store will update the render app. Okay, render app is having app.js inside, so it will rerun. So once again, app.js is running means this page function will run. When it is running, it will give you new value. Okay, wow. Understood? Clear? Did you understood the Redux reducers? First, you have to understand the need for the reducer. One scenario we had saw. For that scenario, the output. In program, what is the change? And we had a question, will the A value change? Updated A value, will the A value be updated in the page? Answer, no. Okay. For that solution, we need to use Redux reducers. That means forcefully, we need to re-render the app. How to forcefully re-render the app? We need to use Redux reducers. Okay. In our project, how we did that? We installed the reducer. Second step, we created the reducer. Okay. Third step, we call the reducer. Fourth step, we use the value, but it won't re-render. For re-rendering, we created the store. Okay. Then we made the app component rendering as a single block, render app. Then we call render app one time for running. For re-rendering, we subscribe. Okay, wow. So now we will move to the next concept. That means Redux reducer. I hope so you had understood. Okay. Now we are having login page in our hand and we designed our login page. Okay. We designed our login page. Further, okay, we will update little more design in our login page to make it little more attractive, because then only our project will have good design now. So little more what I'm planned to do. Okay. Little more design, CSS design. Okay. For understanding CSS better, what I plan to do. See, here is the login box. When you move your mouse over that, I want a shadow falling from the box. When you move your mouse out of that, I want the shadow to be removed. Okay. So how to achieve this? Let me see. Now we will go to our code. Where is login.js? You go to that page. Okay. See, I want to handle on mouse over event, on mouse over and on mouse leave event. Where I need to handle in this div. When I move the mouse over this div, I need to get the shadow. So how to get that? See, here you can write on. If you put on, so many events will come. So you can select on mouse over, on mouse over. You call one function called handle m over, like that. Okay. Handle m over is the function. Okay, or handle mouse over. Handle mouse over is the function you call. Okay. On mouse leave, you need to call another function now. So on mouse leave, another function name, handle mouse leave. Okay, on mouse over, you are handling one function. On mouse leave, another function. Okay. These two functions I need to write. Where I should write? Just above here. Function handle mouse over. This is one function. Okay. Another function. Function handle mouse leave. This is another function. So what to do on that moment? When the mouse is over, you need to bring shadow. Shadow for which one? This full div. Okay. Then this div you need to touch now. How to touch? You need to give one ID for this div. Then ID equal to, I'm saying this ID as login, ID login. Okay. ID login. I'm saying the ID as ID login. So I need to use this one to touch this. So how to do? On mouse over? See, document dot get element by ID, function brackets. What is the ID name? ID login. Okay, now you touched this box. Okay, now you touched this box. Then what you have to say dot. Okay, you put a dictionary bracket. and write single quotes, write style. You are touching the style attribute. Okay. It is showing you error. Let me see. Dot style. Okay. Inside style, what you want to touch? You want to touch walk shadow. Like that one attribute is there. Okay. Walk shadow. Inside style. That means I'm writing inline style now. Okay. Walk shadow. For walk shadow, what is the value you need to give? Same like text shadow only. First, x-axis deviation. Let me have little more deviation for x-axis. I will say 5px. Y-axis deviation. Uh, X-axis even more better. 10px. Y-axis 10px. Okay. Then spread of the shadow 15px because it is box na. So spread of the shadow 15px. Then color of the shadow black, or we will have gray. Gray, gray color shadow. Okay. Then just copy this line. Okay. And make it again in on mouse leave, but make it as 0px. That means shadow will not be visible. Okay, wow. Shadow will not be visible. Now save it. Now go to your browser. Okay, refresh it. See what is happening. When I move my mouse over, I'm getting one shadow, right? I'm getting one shadow. When I move my mouse out, my shadow gone. Getting shadow gone. Getting shadow gone. Are you getting this? Now, this login page is also having very small font size. I want to increase the font size. Okay. So how to increase the font size? I will write inline style. Okay, inline style I will write. So where should I write? So here, style is there na? Login page. Style. First text shadow done na? Comma. Second property. I want this as font size na? So font size. Font size is there. Font size colon. What is the size you want? I want like 25px. Okay, 25px. Save it. Now you check what is happening. You see the login page font size becomes big. Okay. Now whatever we designed is perfectly coming for the login page. Right? Shall we proceed for the next one? Okay. What is the next objective in our session? See, we designed the CSS now. Okay, inline and external. Now, the next objective is we need to send the data to the server for checking the password. So what data we need to send? We need to send this username and password data. Okay. How to send? One package we know na already. That package we have to use. So go to your login page and inside the handle submit function. Okay. I'm just going to say instead of alert, I can say console.log. Okay, wow. Console.log of what I'm going to have is dictionary value. So what is the dictionary value? First one, username, colon. What is the username? How to get that? Document dot get element by ID What is the ID of username? ID un dot value. Okay. Sorry, dot value. This is the first. Okay, this is the first key value pair in the dictionary. So this dictionary will be printed in console.log. Second, password. Password, how to get PW colon document dot get element by ID. Inside this ID, what is the ID of password? ID PW. Okay, dot value. For a change, can I receive the value truth name instead of ID? Can I receive the value truth name? Because see, the password box also having name with you now. Name also there now. So can I try to receive the value truth name? Then little change. Okay. Get element, elementa, elements. See, get element by ID. That is element. For name, what it is there? Get elements. Yes is there. That means in a page, many names, like same name can be repeated for many times. That is possible. Okay. So get elements by name. Get elements by name. What is the name? Password name is PW. Okay. I'm saying in a page, you are having many elements now. So what is the position of this element? You assume it as a list. Zeroth position, first position, second position, like that. Now, this PW is in which position? Zeroth position. If two PWs are there, then first one is zeroth position, second one is first position. So I need to specify the position here. Zeroth position. That means first occurrence dot. You can say value now. Okay, it's a small difference. Now console.log will print the data in the console. The same I need to send it to server. Correct? How to send it to server? I want to use Obvious. Before that, I want to import. So in the top, I'm importing. Import Obvious space from single quotes Obvious. I imported Obvious. I have to use it. So how to use it? Obvious dot. Okay, Obvious dot. You are going to send the data. Okay, send the data. Send means you have to use post method. Okay, you are going to send the data. Okay, so Obvious.post, then what is the first parameter? Address. So full address http colon double slash localhost, okay, colon 8081, right? 8081 slash inside the address subpath you have to say. I'm going to say the subpath as check. Okay, check, check. The same subpath I will use in the server later. Okay. Now, address completed. What is the second parameter? Second parameter is the data. So, shall we pass the data? Put one set brackets. Give enter. Whatever the data you are having in console.log in the dictionary format, just I'm copying the same data. I will use it. Now I'm passing the data in the name of UN and PW. Okay, UN and PW, right? Now, this is the request sent. We need to receive the response back now. For that purpose, we have to put dot, then function. Then is a function which is having parameter as a function, then response. Response is just a user defined name. Okay. So it's a arrow function. So I'm defining that. So what you will do with the response, I'm just going to print it first. Then later I will decide what to do. So console.log of response.data. Okay, response.data. So this is the way you will receive and you will send and receive the data. Okay. So now you send the data to the server. In the server, you need to collect it now. So shall we go to the server? See, now I am going to server. See, server is here. In server, index.js. Inside index.js, already I am having this code. That means get method is there for home and post method is to insert. One more I will put app.post. What I will write here? You see the old one from which page we designed from login page. Click the login page and see in the login page, I written /checka. So and what is the method? Auxious.post. Auxious.post and /check. So the same you have to use here app.post and what is the subpath /check. Okay, then comma. When /check occurs, what to do? You have to do a job, that is a function. Request comma response. Arrow function. Set brackets. Open. Now, what to do you have to say. First, you need to receive the data. Okay. How to receive the data? Okay, I want to check it. How to check it? Console.log. I want to check now. How to check? Request dot. I'm receiving request only. Request dot body dot. I can check username and password. Okay, username means UN. Password means PW. Why? Because I passed as UN and PW. Okay, wow. So I just check request dot body. Okay, whether it is coming or not. Then further what I can do, I need to retrieve the data from database. First, I need to check whether the username exists in the database. Second, I need to check for that username that is the correct password or not. Okay, that is the correct password or not. If both are success, I need to give back the data. So what to do means I need to retrieve the data from database. How to retrieve? See, I'm saying where result. Result is to store the data. Okay, where result equal to I'm retrieving the data. So how to retrieve? What is the collection name you are having? Go up and see. See, this is the database connection now. In this connection, first you connect the data. Sorry, connect the database. Second, you created the database name skill DB. Okay, skill is the database name. DB is the reference name. Then you created the collection in the name of user, but you will refer it as COL. So now in the COL only, I need to search the data. So I will write COL dot find one. Find means it will find everything. Find one means it will find only one data. Find one. The first occurrence it will find. What it need to find? You need to say na. So you have to give the where condition. How to give? A dictionary bracket you have to give here. In this dictionary bracket, you can give n number of key value pairs. Every key value pair is a condition. Okay. Just I'm writing. You can give any key value pairs. Every key and value is a condition. Okay. Every key is a database. Every key is a database column name. Column name which will check for corresponding value. Okay, va? Every key is a database column name. You have to give the exact name. So what is the database column name I'm having? In double quotes, you give the column name is name, not username. I had given the column name as name. Okay. So the database column name is name, colon. What must be the value? The value should be what the user entered in login page. Okay, what the user entered as a username in the login page. For that only we need to search. How to get that? Request dot body. Request dot body will give you username and password both. But I want only username na. Dot un. Okay. Now it will find exact match of this un. Okay, wow. Suppose if result equal to null or not equal to null. Okay, wow. Result not equal to null. Not equal to null means there is some match. Okay, wow. There is some match. Okay. If else what you will say? Result equal to null. Else means what you will say? Response dot send fail. Authentication fail. Okay, wow. You are responding back. If it is not null, then you have to compare the password. Okay, wow. How to compare the password? If you already have bcrypt now, you have to use that. Bcrypt dot compare function is there. Compare is a function. So put function brackets. Now, just to move your mouse over the compare function, okay, over the compare function and see what is the first parameter? It should be the actual data. That means actual password. Then what is the second parameter? It should be the encrypted password. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Actual password, encrypted password you will give. What you will get as a return? You will get true or false, Boolean value. And note down, promise is there. That means it will take time. You have to use await keyword. Okay, ma'am. Now, bcrypt.compare. First one is actual password. Huh? What is actual password? Request dot body dot pw. This is the password which is entered by the user. Comma. What is the encrypted password? That is in result. Result dot previous line we got result now line number 43. That result dot what is the column name in the result? The column name is password, not PW. Database column name. Database column name is password. Okay. So it will give you either true or false when you give await. You have to give await keyword. Okay. If you say await keyword, okay, the function should be what? Asynchronous. The function should be asynchronous. So make the function as asynchronous. Further, if condition is true, okay, if condition is true, then all are correct, right? So I can say response.send result. I am sending the full result value. Okay, wow. I am sending the result value. If that is false, else, if password is not matching, then I will say response.send fail. Okay. So if password not matching also fail. If username not there also fail. If everything is there, I will send the result which I retrieve. Okay, wow. So result will have encrypted password, remember. Okay, not original password. Now, one more. Move your mouse over, find one function. Find one function. Now see what is the return. You are having promise. promise. That means it will take time to retrieve. So you have to use await keyword, where you have to use before COL, AWAIT. If you use await keyword, the function should be asynchronous. I used asynchronous. Okay. So now what I'm doing, I'm retrieving the corresponding row from the database. Then I'm checking the data. If result is not null and if password is matching, then I'm returning the result. Okay. It seems to be fine. Okay. Now I need to check this. Okay. I need to check this. How to check this? First, I will register one more new data. Okay. Wow. Then I will test the data. Right. So first I will go to my client. Okay. I will go click on registration page. I will register one data like XYZ. Select user admin XYZ at gmail.com. Password also XYZ. Now I will go to inspect to see what is happening. Console. Initially it is empty. So I can click sign up. Now see data received. Data received. Okay, this is the data I sent. And from server, I got the message data received. Check the server command prompt. Server command prompt. See, printing the data. Encrypted data it is printing. See, encrypted password it is printing. So now check the cloud. Just refresh it and check whether it is entered or not. Cloud. I think so many of them practicing with me. And you are using my cloud line. That is good. Okay. At last, I entered na. Okay. XYZ. That XYZ enters into the cloud. Okay. Wow. Now I need to check it back now. I will go to React app now. Okay. Then I will click on login button. Okay. Wow. I will click on login button. In this login button, I will give XYZ and then XYZ. Okay, same correct password I given. If I click login, first the data sent, which will be displayed here. Then response also the result which I received from the database. Okay, that also will display here. I'm going to click on login now. Click on login. See, first I'm sending username and password. Okay. TWUN or sent. Then second, after checking the data from the server, I'm getting this back. I'm getting this one back. That means email, name, these and all I not entered. This is retrieving from database. See the password, it is encrypted. Okay. So I'm getting the I'm getting the database store value as the response. Okay, wow. Now, if you go and see the server, the data received will be printed here. Okay, because we printed console.log now. That one for testing purpose, it is printing here. Understood? Now I will go to the code of server, see the code of server. First, you are receiving the data and printing it. Second, you are getting the corresponding match from the database. Then you are checking multiple conditions. If condition pass, you are returning the result. If it fails, you are returning fail. One fail condition we will check. So I will do one mistake in the password. I removed one character. Now I will send. See, this is what I sent. Password XY I sent. and I'm getting fail message now, not the full data. I'm getting fail message now. Okay. Now, what we need to do, if the authentication is success, okay, if the authentication is success, okay, I need to bring that name, okay, username's first letter. What is the username's first letter? X, because XYZ na, that X in this round one, app bar. App bar is there na, in app bar R is displaying na, in that place of R, I need to display the username's first letter. Okay, how to bring that? Once again, this R value is the initial value. Initial value. Now, if we change the value, the page should re-render. Correct? The page should re-render. After re-rendering only, you will get the X value. Correct? So, what is the concept we have to use here? Initially, R value. Later, you are changing to X. When it is changing to X, your page need to re-render. And it need to display new value. So, what is the concept you have to use here? We already discussed now. Reduce reducers. Okay, reducer we have to use. So, how to use that reducer? We will once again practice that because we are going to do another reducer now. Okay, very simple this time, not that complicated. So, go to your code. Okay, go to your code. Reducer is server or client. Where you will create? In client you will create. So minimize the server, close the index.js. In client folder, go to components, go to reducer. Inside reducer, you want to create one more file. New file I'm creating. This new another file name is auth reducer.js. Because this is for authentication now. So I'm saying it as auth reducer. Okay, I created one more file called auth reducer. Shall I create the function for auth reducer? See how to create export default function. Name is auth reducer. Okay, then this function will have two parameters. What are the parameters? First parameter is the state, comma. Second parameter is the action. And what about the state initial value? I will say state's initial value is a list. List of first value is going to be null. Username is null. Initially, there is no username, null, comma. Role of the user is 0. Why I am having role na? Later, I will say admin means this page only. Student means that page only. Like that, I will say admin means 1, student means 2, 0 means no role. Okay, wow. So I'm going to have username and role as null and 0 initially. Then I will have same like switch case. Switch action dot type. Then case. What is the first case? First case is, for example, login. Login and logout is the case. Okay, wow. Login. If it is login, what you will do? You have to change the state value. How to change? Return. You are returning new state value. Return. What is a new state value? List of first value is username. Username. How to get the username? Action dot data dot un. Later I will say what is data and un, but take it now. Action dot data dot un. Inside action, data is there. Inside data, un is there. Comma. What is the role? Action dot data dot role. Actually, we need to Okay. Action.data.un and action.data.role. This is a new state value. Okay. The username and role, which is coming. Okay. Coming in. That is a new state value. Suppose if you are doing logout, case logout. If you are doing logout, return, what you will return? You will return same only null, comma, 0. That means logout. Okay, logout means null, comma, 0. Then now, default case. Default, we will do logout. Okay, return null, comma, 0. For safer side, default also we did logout. So now our reducer is ready. This is the auth reducer. Okay, so reducer created. Next step is what? We need to call the reducer. From where we will call the reducer? This reducer can be called from which page? Who can able to pass the data of username and role? Who can able to pass the data of username and role? That is login page. After successful login, you can able to pass that. Okay. So in the response, okay, inside the auxiliaries.post of login page, inside the auxiliaries.post, inside then function, okay, you are receiving response now. There itself you check if what you will check response.data not equal to fail. Not equal to fail means what? It is pass. Okay, va? It is pass. So if it is pass, I need to call the reducer because successfully logged in. Correct now? So how to call store dot dispatch store.dispatch of, you have to put dictionary bracket. Then first parameter is type. Type colon what you have to say? Login. Okay, type colon login. So login is the type. That means login will be triggered. Comma. Second one. Okay, va? Sorry, first type should also be in a double quotes. Then second one, data. Data colon, you have to pass the data. Data is single data, multiple data. You have to pass multiple data. One is username, another one is role. So you should use dictionary brackets once again. Dictionary brackets. Once again, first data un colon. Okay, what is un value? How to get that? Response dot data dot response dot data dot, what is the field name in database? That only you are getting back now. So what is the field name? Name. Okay, response dot data dot name. Then comma second value. Second value is what? Role colon. Again, how to get role? Response dot res response dot data dot, what is the field name for role in database? Role only. So role. This is what you are getting from the server. Okay. The highlighted portion you are getting from the server. You are returning result na. Successful means you are returning one result na with encrypted password. That result. Okay, va? So you are sending that value in the name of UN and role. Okay. Now data will be sent to reducer. So you see, reducer created, reducer called. Then what you have to do after calling of reducer? You have to utilize that data. You have to get that state value and you have to print somewhere. Where you will print? You will be printing the state value in the See, there is some error. We will correct. We will be printing the state value in the app bar. Okay, va? App bar. In the app bar, top round one is there, na? Top right corner. In that round avatar, you have to print the state value. Okay, va? So how to print the state value? You have to first go to app bar. Okay. There only you have to print, na? So click on app bar. Then search for avatar tag. Control F and type. Control F means find. In find you type AVA avatar. See, in avatar tag already one name is there. In this place, I will erase this name. Now I want the name which is the username. How to get that? Erase the double quotes also. How to get that? You have to write store dot. Okay, like that you have to write. But before you are writing JavaScript, HTML, you answer me. Store dot get state. I am going to write. Okay, wow. Store dot get state. That store dot get state is a JavaScript, HTML. It's a JavaScript. But you are writing inside JAX, na? That means HTML, na? So you have to use flower brackets. Then you have to write store dot get state. Okay. Now there is one confusion part. There is one confusion. Okay. Store dot get state is a function. I understood. Okay. You also understood. Store dot get state. That will return the state value. But which state value? Which state value? You are having two states now. Auth reducer is there. Nav reducer is there. So which state value you will get? So there you have to do little bit of work. You have to specify store dot get state dot what reducer you want. You want here auth reducer or nav reducer? Auth reducer. Okay. Get state of auth reducer. Auth reducer. Okay. Store dot get state dot auth reducer. Now auth reducer will give you single value or double value. It will give you list na. That means first one will be username, comma second one will be role. So what is required to you? Username required. So you have to put square brace of 0. That corresponds to username in that. Okay, va? Auth reducer, then square brace of 0. Save it. Now just to ensure the store is imported in the top or not. That means coming in or not. Yes, it is coming in. Okay, so no issue. Now, one more place you used store dot get state na, where you used that place we have to correct. Where you used in app.js in this page component. So here also we have to correct because we made two states now. So store dot get state dot what you have to give. What you have to give. What is the second state value? That means what is the navigation state value? Nav reducer. You have to say this. Okay. Store dot get state of dot nav reducer. Now nav reducer will return you single value or multiple value. Single value only, maybe login, maybe registration. Okay, wow. So you don't want to specify square bracket of 0 and all here. So save it. Okay. Next, see, first what we did, we created reducer. Second, we called reducer. Third, we used the reducer value. Fourth, we have to re-render the app na. Re-render the app. So where you have to do that, you have to do it in index.js, correct? Index.js. But before doing that, okay, because why I'm saying is, see, currently the store is having how many reducers? How many reducers the store is having? One reducer, two reducer, one reducer. Now you need to add two reducers to the store. Okay, va? So how to add second reducer? If you put comma, auth reducer. Okay, like this if you are adding. Okay, va? See, like this if you are adding, this is not possible. This is not possible. So you cannot add two reducers to the store value. Then how it is possible? You have to combine this two reducer to a single reducer. Then you have to pass that combined reducer to the store. Understood? See, once again, I'm saying you cannot pass two reducers to the store. So what you have to do? You have to combine this two reducer as a single one. Then you have to pass that combined reducer to the store. Okay, va? So first what we have to do? We have to combine that now. Then only we can do that, right? So I'm erasing the one which I made. Okay, well, let it to be in the same one, same way. Okay, now see, I have to combine the reducer now. Where I have to combine? Reducer is there under reducers folder. So you go to reducers folder, right click, new file, new file. Okay, inside the file, you create the file as index.js. The file name should be index.js only. I will say why. Okay. Index.js. Where I'm creating the file, I'm creating inside the reducers. Go inside that. Here, you have to import two reducers. Import auth reducer, then import nav reducer. Okay. Import auth reducer and import nav reducer. Now you have to import one more thing. Import, it's a function. Okay. Combine reducer. Combine reducers is the function from Redux. You import the combine reducers. Okay. Then you have to export not index.js function. You have to export this combine reducers itself. So export default, your function name is going to be combine reducers, which you imported. Okay. So you cannot define this, but you can call this. So you call the function with the brackets. Then you pass the parameter as a dictionary. You pass the parameter as a dictionary. Enter. First one, first parameter is auth reducer, colon, auth reducer. Okay, va? Second parameter, nav reducer, colon, nav reducer. See, why na? The right side one is the reducer, actual reducer. The left side one is the label name. Okay, va? Label name. So now you export it. Now you save this. That's it. Your index.js is ready. Okay, va? Now you go back to your index.js of src. Okay, index.js of src. See, I'm going back. Here, I need to import the index.js. Okay, not the nav reducer. Index.js. How to import? See, I'm importing here. Import. I'm importing in the name of root reducer because it is root na. Root reducer from single quotes dot slash components slash reducers slash index. This is the way we will normally import path. Okay, but little difference I'm going to do. I will remove this name index. Why? if you import the folder, if you import the folder, immediately your controller will look for the file name with index. Whichever the file name with index, it will automatically import it. Okay, that is the advantage. So now your file name is index, it will automatically import. So now that will import in the name of what? In the name of root reducer. So what you do, in the place of nav reducer, you just make it to root reducer. Okay, va? So now it is done. Na? Two reducers we combined and passed, right? No changes in the rest of the places. Same in index.js. Okay. Just root reducer we made. Okay. Now you are passing the store value to the app.js. So go to app.js. See, now you think where and all you are using store. Okay. There and all you have to pass this store. Which store? This store. First place where I am using store.getState. Store.getState I am using in app bar. Okay. Okay. For app bar, I had passed. Right. Done. Second place, store.getState I had used in, sorry, store.dispatch. Store.dispatch I had used in login page. Login page to dispatch the auth reducer after successful login. So I want to pass a store value to login. How to pass? Just click and type store equal to flower brace of store. Why flower brace? Because JavaScript. Okay. Left side store is just a label. Store equal to flower brace of store. Now go to your login.js. Okay, login.js. There you have to receive this. Whatever you passed, you have to receive that. Go to your login.js. Go to function first line here. Just put flower brace and type store. Now store you received here. Then only you can use the store.dispatch this one. Okay, wow. Now shall we check it? You go and see your browser. See now what happened. You refresh once. Okay. What happened to your round avatar? It is not displaying anything because initially your username is null. Okay, null. Now, if I successfully logged in XYZ and again XYZ. If I successfully logged in, see, I am getting X value here. That means properly that username is coming into the avatar logo. Okay. Now, if I change the page to registration, see, I'm clicking registration. But what happened? That X value gone. If I change the page to registration, that X value gone. But it should not be gone. Let me log in once again. I will be clicking registration, gone. Okay, if you click registration, it is gone. If you click block, it is okay. So now to correct this, what I will do, I will use local storage. Local storage means it will have like a cookie. It will store it in a client machine. Okay, client, like I am the server, you are all client. So in your machine, your login data will be stored in cookie format, temporary files. Okay. So how to do that means I have to write local storage. Okay. So I will be writing that. Go to your reducer, auth reducer. Okay. In the auth reducer, right? In the auth reducer, you before returning, you just say, okay, local storage dot set item. Set item. Okay. First one is item name, UN, comma. What is the item value? You copy below and just paste it. Action.data.un. Second one, you are setting another one, that is role. Local storage dot set item role. Action.data.role. Okay. Then similarly in logout, okay, in logout, I will say remove item. Instead of set item, I will say remove item. Okay, remove item. While removing item, you can say only the name of the item. No need to say the value. And this default case, it is leading to confusion. Just I will remove this default one. Okay. Login and logout, only two I'm having. Now, local storage I got now. I will go to nav reduce. I will go to app bar now. Okay, app bar, avatar tag. Okay, avatar tag. Sorry, this side I have to type avatar tag. Here, instead of using store.getState of auth reducer of 0, I will use local storage dot get item. Like set item, it is get item. We used set item, then we used remove item for logout, then we used get item. Get item, what item required? UN. Okay, local storage dot get item of UN. Now we will save and we will check once again what is happening. Okay. Auth reducer returned undefined during initialization. Why it is returning undefined means, see, initially we are trying to use local storage dot get item of UN na, but where is that UN? Initially not there. Okay. Okay. What is the error means? Auth reducer returned undefined during initialization. So initial state is the issue. Okay. Like this, I will do it in auth reducer also, but that is not an issue. I will stop the server. I will rerun once. Okay. So here it is having some error, maybe warning only. So I will stop the server. I will rerun it. Same error. So I need to address the error. So what I will do, I will first change the nav reducer. Sorry, I will first change the app bar. In the app bar, this is the place I changed it now. Just in this place to check it whether this is the error or not. Okay. I will just give XXX, save it and check what is happening. So still error persist. That means the error is not in that place. So I will give Control Z. So one more where I changed is Okay, where I changed is in the auth reducer. Okay, local storage dot set item and remove item I did. Both I will comment. Let me see what is happening after commenting it. Save it. Now refresh it. Same. Only this is a change I had done. So here also I should get back the old state actually. So I will give control Z. I had done some changes maybe. And once again, I have to check the server also. My server is still running. I will stop the server. I will rerun. Oh, default case I removed now. So because of the default case only, it is hitting. I got the point. Okay. Okay. Now we will have a old value local storage dot get item. Okay, get item. I want UN value. Same UN I'm saying. Now the default one I actually removed. So that is the issue. So I will just have the default one. So here, next line, I will say default colon the same remove. I will say okay, or else just null. Save it. Okay, now you check. I hope so. It will work. Okay. Now in the console, I will just give XYZ and give login. Now it is logged in. So I got X value in the top. Okay. Now I will change to registration page. Still X persist. I will refresh the page. Still X persist. I will go to log. I will go to login, registration, X persist. When I click log out, still X persist. It is not going. That means log out I have to write. So go inside the code, go to appbar.js. Okay, appbar.js. In appbar.js, okay, search for logout. Okay, search for logout. See, logout is in settings. Okay, then search for settings. Settings. You are having settings.map. Here, while you are clicking this setting, you are calling this function handle close nav menu. Copy this function and search for its definition. Here, the function definition. In the same place, you just call the same event and then store.dispatch. You copy the above line. Okay. Paste it again inside. Store.dispatch. Type just you say logout. Type logout. Save it. Now logout will get triggered. When logout gets triggered, okay, when it will get triggered, when you click logout, okay, when logout gets triggered, okay, what will happen? This case logout will remove the item. So save it. Now go here, refresh the page. You are having X. So click on that logout. It is gone. Click on login. It is came. Registration, login, log. It is persist. Refresh. It is persist. Click on logout. Gone. So done. Okay. So what we done now? See, login page designed, After that, I send the data to server to check the password. In server side, if conditions are matching, I return actual data. That means database, I return database data. Okay. I return database data. If not, then I return fail. Okay. After that, in client, what I did, client side, create auth reducer, and local storage. Okay. Local storage to handle the login. Display the user name's first letter in the avatar tag, avatar tag of app bar. Okay. Then complete the mechanism for logout. Similarly, okay, this is what we done in the client side. We created auth reducer and local storage to handle the login. We brought in the username and we completed the mechanism for logout as well. Okay. I hope so. You understood the session. Okay. Now what I will do, every day I'm sending the files and these notes to your section faculties. You can collect. Once you collected, suppose if you want to run the file, how to run the file? Running the file. How to run the file? Okay. Server. How to run server? Extract it. Okay, extract the zip file. Then open CMD in that location. Then give npm I. Only npm I. It will install everything. Then give npm run dev. It will run my file. Okay, server file. Then similarly, client. Extract it. Open CMD. Give npm I. Then give npm start. This is for client. Okay. Save this. Done. Right. So with this, I'm stopping the session. Right. Thank you all. Thank you.